This tutorial describes how to set up either a Stripe account or a Braintree account through your OfferingTree site in order to receive payments. To begin, go down to the Client Payments section and you'll see the option to connect a payment processor. If you haven't already connected any payment option, then this is the only thing that you'll see. If you already have an account set up either through Stripe or Braintree, you'll see that listed below. In this case, I'll go ahead and click on Connect Payment Processor. You'll see two options. The first option is using Braintree, which is a PayPal company, and it requires a US bank account. The second option is Stripe, which works in more than 30 different countries. OfferingTree does not store credit card or banking information. We only pass it along to PayPal or Stripe for them to store. So which payment processor should you use? It really depends. If you're outside the US or if you need immediate funds transfer, then you should use Stripe. If you have a US bank account and your students and clients are in the US, then Braintree will be quicker for you to set up. So let me start by creating first a Stripe account, and then I'll show you how to create a Braintree account. So the first thing I'll do is connect a Stripe account by clicking this button. And as soon as I click that button, I'll be taken to the Stripe Connect page where I need to complete Stripe's application process in order to set up my account. Now, if I already have a Stripe account, I can go ahead and enter the email address for my existing Stripe account in this field right here. If for any reason I don't complete my application with Stripe, then I'll see a red indicator and also a button that says Complete Application within my OfferingTree site. If you want to receive payments via Stripe, you'll need to click on this button to complete your application within your OfferingTree account. So in this case, I'll click Complete Application, and you'll see that I'll be redirected back to the Stripe Connect page where I'll be asked to complete my account information. If you've completed your Stripe application, but when you return to the client payment section of your OfferingTree site, you may notice that there is a blue icon with the words Pending Approval on the screen. This means that Stripe may be asking you for additional documentation in order to verify your account. This is a Stripe requirement and not an OfferingTree setting. Sometimes Stripe will ask you to provide a government-issued ID or other documentation in order to verify your account. To provide this information, you'll need to click on the Edit Account Information. This will take you back to your Stripe account, where you can then proceed with providing the additional documentation. You can also go directly to your Stripe account, as you'll probably receive an email from Stripe asking you for additional documentation to verify your account. Either way is fine. So once you've completed your Stripe application process and fulfilled any additional requirements that you might have, you should see a green indicator icon and the words Active. As mentioned before, this can take up to 5 to 10 minutes. Once you see this green icon as well as the words Active, it means that you can begin to accept payments through your OfferingTree site. This will allow you to accept donations or fixed fee payments for any classes, workshops, retreats, events, or bookings that you have set up through your OfferingTree site. Finally, I'd like to show you how to set up a Braintree account if you have a US bank account. The process is very similar to setting up a Stripe account. And you'll see here within the Client Payment section that I already have a Stripe account, but I can still add another payment processor. All I need to do is click Add Payment Processor, and this time I'll choose the first option, Connect a US bank account using PayPal via its Braintree service. Once I click that first button, you'll see this new form pop up, and this is all the information that PayPal needs in order to set up your Braintree account. You'll enter your first name, last name, you'll need to enter your street address, city, town, and other information. And you also notice at the bottom here that there's an option to activate this if you are using a business account. So if you have set up your bank account to be just for your business, whether that's an LLC, corporation, or any other structure, then you would enter that additional information down here, most importantly being the tax ID and the full legal name and address of that entity. So once you've filled out all the information that's required for this form, you can scroll down to the bottom and hit Send. And this will take a few moments, and you'll notice that I get the same message that says my bank account as set up via Braintree, which is the PayPal company, is pending approval. So this may take a few minutes to receive the approval. Occasionally, Braintree will require additional documentation to verify and approve your account. This can include needing to submit a government-issued ID. Again, this is a Braintree requirement, not an offering tree setting. So in order to finish the approval process, you'll need to submit that additional documentation to Braintree so that they can verify and approve your account. So now you'll see that my US bank account via Braintree is now active. It shows the words active and the green icon. You'll also see that I have 2 accounts listed in this pane. So now I can begin to accept donations or fixed fee payments for my classes, my workshops, my retreats, or my one-on-one bookings. Each time I receive a payment from a client or student, it will show up down here in the payment history. I can change the view of this payment history by changing the start date of the view or the end date. This is just like if you log into your bank and you want to see statements during a certain time period, you just adjust the start and the end date to see the payments during that time frame. And what I can now do with these 2 payment processors active, I could now click on my schedule page, and if I add a new offering, you'll see that when I scroll down, I now have the option to accept online payments, to accept donations, and to require payment at registration. You'll also see that I now can choose between my 2 active payment processors. The first one is Stripe, the second one is the Braintree account with my US bank account, and I can select either one of these, and then I can also choose to pass the fees on to my clients or students, or I can choose to absorb these fees. Once I click Create, this would set up a paid or a donation-based offering. So this explains how you can either use Stripe or Braintree, and we look forward to seeing everything that you have to offer.